athletes, event number 4 for the intermediate division is going to be that 12-minute AMRAP. Now, both athletes are going to start against the wall. All you need to make sure is that you have 2 hands touching the wall before the count of 3, 2, 1. So after 3, 2, 1, go. Athletes are going to make their way down to the bike and the ski erg. Now, this is a buy-in for designated number of calories. Both athletes are going to be working basically at the same time, but you have to make sure that you get all calories designated for your division done before moving on to the next station. You're free to switch as much as you'd like, as long as before either teammate moves on to the next movement, both machines must read your designated number of calories. As soon as you guys finish that, you're gonna move back on. Here's where we're gonna go over the handstand push-up standards. So intermediate division, we're gonna be using 1 Rogue AbMat. So if you care about exactly what we're using, we're gonna be using a Rogue AbMat. Hands are gonna go directly on the ground. Now, when you get up, the handstand push-up must start in a handstand position with your feet up against the wall, butt off the wall, shoulders and legs fully extended. Now, as you go down, head must come to the wall or come to the mat, press back up to the elbows are locked out and your ears are in line with your biceps. So you can't have that head ripping behind that shoulder. You need to get your head all the way through the window in order for the repetition to count. Now, if the feet come off the wall before your elbows get fully extended, then it's counted as a no rep. You have to have those legs on the wall or those the feet against the wall without your butt against the wall in order for the repetition to count. Now, while this person is knocking them out, if you know you're not going to do any or you're not going to do any more, you can feel free to go stand by the dumbbells and wait for your partner to get there. We're going to be doing synchronized dumbbell snatches. The dumbbell starts on the ground. You're going to go all the way overhead. Dumbbell must be locked out at the same time at the top. Doesn't matter the arm. So if they are both doing the same arm, that's fine. You cannot switch. If you notice Kim, she switched on the way up, right? That'd be considered a no rep. You can only switch on the way down. Once you get to the top, elbows must lock out at the same time with the dumbbell all the way over your shoulder. It can't be outside the shoulder, in front of, or behind. It needs to be directly over the shoulder in order for the repetition to count. Once again, you do not have to be synchronized at the bottom. You just have to make sure that both heads of the dumbbell touch the ground. Give me a one little tippy to tap. Boop, no rep right there. You gotta make sure both heads of the dumbbell touch the ground and then throw it up over your head. You must be synchronized at the top for the rep to count. Once you're done with that, you're gonna move on to chest to bar pull-ups. For the chest to bar pull-up to count, elbows must be locked out at the bottom of the rep and your chest must make physical contact with the bar at the top below the collarbone. So when you make contact with the bar, it's not above the collarbone up in your neck joint, it's down below the collarbone all up on the chest. Any style is okay, from kipping to butterfly to strict if you want to. Now, while they're doing that, if you know that you're not going to do any more chest to bar pull-ups, feel free to go on over to the double unders. Now, in the double unders, athletes are going to be facing in this direction, so either towards the skiers or away from the skiers. Double unders, the rope must pass twice underneath of your feet for the repetition to count. Now, if say you mess up, but the rope is end up behind you, right? So it's behind you and it clips your heels, it didn't count. That would still be considered a rep, right? Now, and you're jumping, if you want to switch, you can switch. Just make sure that you are staying inside of your lane. So you have to stay inside your designated lane when you are doing the double unders. You can switch as much as you like. Now, if you know you're not gonna do any double unders, you can feel free to head all the way back and get ready for those handstand push-ups. When your judge gives you the go-ahead, you can start knocking out some reps, and then you guys are gonna be going through as many rounds and repetitions as possible in the remainder of that 12 minutes after that buy-in.